Hi, I'm Coach Abby. Thank you for tuning in to Love Advice TV. Today is a very sensitive subject, and it's a disturbing one, and it brings a lot of pain to everyone. But it's a very common subject, unfortunately, and it's called basically what happens if you are caught cheating. And the most important thing, and the reason I'm addressing this subject, is because it doesn't necessarily mean that because you were caught cheating, that the end of the relationship must end. But it does go through a certain grieving process of sorts. And it's important to identify a little bit with what we can expect when we are caught cheating. So basically, the most important thing is to never blame your ex for cheating. No matter what it was, whether they had, been abandoning you, whether you didn't feel their love, whether whatever it was, just accept the fact that you betrayed your partner's trust. It's as simple as that. And that will just start clearing the path to trying to see exactly what happened to get you there. But there are 5 steps which I really suggest that you consider if you are caught cheating. Number 1, do not make any excuses. It doesn't really matter. The point is there is a betrayal of trust. And like I mentioned, whether that person, your partner hasn't been around for a while, doesn't give you the right. That's why we have communication. And that's why we should be able to talk to each other. But it happens, and it did. You were caught cheating. So just do not make any excuses. It really adds insult to injury, and it's preferable to just accept it. Number 2 is to be honest about it. Now, do you have to go into every minute detail which happened during the affair? No, you really don't. But you do have to be honest. If there are certain questions, where did you meet? How did it happen? How many times has it been? Is it an ongoing thing? Was it a one-night stand? Was it, whatever it might be, just be honest. Because at the end of the day, it'll come out. So you might as well at least save face with this particular part of this very uncomfortable situation. Third is allowing them to vent their anger, their disappointment. They're probably, at some point, depending on the character of your partner, will tell you horrible things. And it's, hurt people. And it's something that it's just done out of pain, out of hurt. And I don't want you to, in any shape or form, say, just get over it. It's not a big deal. And yes, it is a big deal. It might not be a big deal to one person, but to the person that feels it, it just makes them feel so less than. It certainly, it tugs at their self-worth. So just allow them to vent as much as possible. And finally, give them the space that they need. Many times they'll ask you to leave. Leave. Many times they'll leave. It's okay. Make it easy for them as well. It's important to validate their feeling. They are hurting. They feel very, very betrayed. Their trust issues. They're scared. Their self-worth is in jeopardy. They are completely, it's the person that they love. They are just basically going through a plethora of emotions, and they themselves don't even know how to identify each and every one of them. So you have to take the position of just giving them space, letting them vent, allowing them to be angry, being honest, telling them the truth. And finally, you must commit to cut all contact with the person that you've been cheating with. And I mean all contact. No texting, no anything. Because Once we start with a particular person, and we, been having a romantic liaison of sorts, we can't just all of a sudden befriend them. It's not realistic. And if we start texting, we will find ourselves in the same situation. So just completely remove yourself and remove that person. Do not become offended if for a period after this, your partner demands more or not, to know where you are, to be sort of questioning you, to be walking on eggshells with you. And if you really want to regain their trust, you will allow yourself to go through those process. And it's uncomfortable, but this too shall pass. If you are able to withstand this trial period of, being basically put on trial and condemned, as you should be. Where I would come in as a coach in this scenario is, if nothing else, I can help you find out your trigger point. What made you decide to cheat? I mean, we've got so many temptations nowadays. I mean, it's everywhere, whether it's in our phones, whether it's through social media, whether it's just our language, our body language, whether it's just our norm. Yes, but there is a moment there that we really need to identify our trigger points so that it doesn't happen again. And it would certainly be my pleasure, through a coaching session, to be able to help you identify them as well, so that moving forward, not only doesn't it happen again, but you can share it with your partner. You can use it for yourself. If for whatever reason your partner is unable to let this go, you can use it for future relationships, because it is important to be able to understand that, regardless of how popular it might seem, it does create a tremendous vacuum in a relationship if it's not handled with a certain amount of integrity, with a certain amount of patience. It is a sensitive subject. As Einstein would say, we first need to define the problem, and the solution will follow. So this is where together we can find out the trigger points. We need to find the problem. The solution will simply follow. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and leave your comments below. I will try to answer each and every one of them as they come in. It will be my pleasure to address any type of relationship issues that may be of concern for you. Until next time, I'm Coach Abby.